You have a task sitting on your list right now that you've been avoiding for days, maybe longer. It's not hard. It's not even that long. But every time you think about starting it, something in you just refuses. That refusal feels personal, like a flaw in you specifically. It isn't. It's your brain doing exactly what it's built to do and getting it completely wrong. Think about the last time you put something off. Not because you were busy, because starting felt heavier than it should have. Replying to one email, doing 10 push-ups, opening a document and writing a single sentence. None of these things are hard. So why did they feel like climbing a wall? Here's what's actually happening. Your brain isn't measuring the task, it's measuring a threat. There's a small structure in your brain called the amygdala, and its entire job is to scan the world for danger and sound the alarm before you even think about it. In 2018, a team of researchers in Germany, led by scientists Caroline Schluter and Erhan Gensch, scanned the brains of over 200 people and found something surprising. People who struggled to get things done had a physically larger amygdala than people who didn't. Not more active, larger. Which means their internal alarm system doesn't just go off, it goes off louder, for things that were never actually dangerous. A blank page isn't a threat. An unanswered message isn't a threat. But your amygdala doesn't know the difference between a task you're avoiding and something that could genuinely hurt you. It just knows discomfort is coming, and it screams at you to stay away from it. Normally, another part of your brain is supposed to calm that alarm down and say, "Relax, this is fine. We can handle this." In people who struggle to start things, that connection is weaker. The alarm rings and no one answers it. So the task grows in your mind. It gets scarier the longer you avoid it, even though nothing about the task itself has changed. And here's where it gets even stranger. In 2022, researchers at the Paris Brain Institute, Raphael Lebouc and Matthias Pesiglione, discovered something almost unbelievable about how your brain judges effort. They found that the exact same task feels dramatically easier to you if you imagine doing it tomorrow than if you have to do it right now. Not a little easier, dramatically easier. Your brain doesn't accurately calculate how much work something takes. It shrinks the cost of anything pushed into later, and it inflates the cost of anything sitting in front of you right now. So picture what's happening inside your head every time you avoid a task. An alarm that's too loud, warning you about something harmless, and a brain that's convinced tomorrow's version of the exact same task will somehow be easier. Both of these are lies, and both of them are the reason you keep freezing over and over on things that barely matter. So how do you actually beat this? This is where a strange little trick comes in, one that sounds too simple to work, but is backed by exactly what you just learned. It's called the 2-minute rule, and here's what it actually means. Whenever you're avoiding something, you don't commit to finishing it. You don't even commit to doing it properly. You commit to doing it for 2 minutes, just 2. If you're avoiding the gym, you don't promise yourself a full workout. You promise yourself 2 minutes of movement. If you're avoiding an email, you open it and start typing for 2 minutes. If you're avoiding a report, you open the document and write for 2 minutes. Badly if you have to. Here's why this actually works, and it's not about motivation. 2 minutes is too small for your amygdala to sound its alarm. There's nothing threatening about 2 minutes, so the part of your brain screaming danger simply has nothing to scream at. And 2 minutes is happening right now, not later, so your brain can't shrink it down and lie to you about how easy it'll be tomorrow, because there is no tomorrow in the equation. You've taken away both lies at once. And there's one more piece to this. A psychologist named Tim Feichel, who has spent decades studying procrastination at Carleton University, found that the dread you feel before starting something is almost always worse than doing the thing itself. Once you actually begin, that dread doesn't fight back. It just fades, usually within a minute or two of starting, which means the 2-minute rule isn't really tricking you into finishing a task. It's tricking you past the only part that was ever actually hard, the beginning. So the next time you catch yourself frozen in front of something small, remember what's really going on. It was never about the task. It's an alarm that's overreacting and a brain that's lying to you about tomorrow. Give it 2 minutes, and neither of them ever gets the chance to speak. You have a task sitting on your list right now that you've been avoiding for days. This time, you already know exactly what to do with it.